Hello, hello, hello. We left off with Gautier. One thing is, it looks like we're out of the Mages Guild quest chain for now. That it is discontinued in some capacity. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to make our way back to the Arborage. So I've now reduced the maximum amount of particles in the video description and the video tab to help OBS out a little bit. I'm fairly certain again that I'm not hitting my hardware limitations in any sense. This is just a kind of difficult coexistence between OBS and this video game, which has a kind of video menu that we don't really see anywhere else. I've never had to individually fill in the particles before anywhere else. There's always that side of me that just do it like WoW if you're developing something, because, they never have problems with anything.
And so we've come full circle. I led the original 5 companions on a quest to reclaim the Amulet of Kings. At the time I told myself it was for the good of all Tamriel. I was wrong, and now all the world suffers from my hubris.
Now we have a chance to make things right.
Perhaps, but I wonder, will history repeat itself or rewrite itself? In truth, I fear using the amulet again. Its power is both great and terrible. Destiny can crush us by fulfilling our wishes just as surely as it can by denying them.
Tell me about Sancre Tor.
It was a holy city in the First Era, founded by Queen Alessia herself. It has since fallen into crumbling ruin. Before its capture, Saitahan hid the Amulet of Kings in the catacombs beneath the city.
Where is it located?
It is in the mountains of Calovia, the land of my youth. But I have little memory of that time. My exposure to the Elder Scrolls stole much of the man I once was. Speak to Saitahan. He can answer your questions far more accurately than I.
We address Saitahan. We see him essentially spectating us as we're having a conversation here in this little grove. We have Lyra standing around, drinking beer.
The time has come for us to enter the catacombs of Sancre Tor. Do not underestimate the dangers that await us. In ages past, Sancre Tor was a place of light, but I fear that is no longer the case. We must be prepared for anything.
Have you fully recovered from your wounds?
I have been through much, but this body is tougher than the great oaks of Valenwood. I go with neither hope nor fear. It is useless to guess at a future that has yet to be written. You may hope if you wish, my friend. I will not judge.
Quoting Sony Team's writers for Kratos from God of War, with neither hope nor fear. Little bit of looking over the wall there, not quite copyright in any way, but looking over the wall. We look at the Saitahan individual, and you have a general Kratos vibe, obviously. If you cannot see that, then you're trying not to see it. What's our plan?
My Lord Varen will open a gateway to Sancre Tor. The amulet lies in a vault protected by powerful magic, a ward of Stendarr, the god of justice and mercy. Also, a god of well-earned luck. I thought this could not hurt.
How do we break the ward?
The catacombs contain 2 shrines dedicated to the divines. We must consecrate them in Stendarr's name. When that is done, the Ring of Stendarr's mercy should open the vault doors.
Let's go. We have the Varen men, the portal men, doing the portal.
The portal is open. Go now. Return with the Amulet of Kings.
The portal is open, he says. I don't know if any of these places we visit have any kind of security, but one thing's for sure, they're nothing against Varen. It's there and around. We're entering anywhere.
You've hidden that amulet anywhere in Tamriel, and this was your first choice?
It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Brilliant. Why is it that the people with the most ridiculous ideas are always the ones who are most certain of them?
Shut up,
Shut up,
Thorn.
Thorn.
Little bit of humor going on there, rooted in a kind of pattern of rudeness, I guess. In the Anglo-Saxon world, if I'm saying that right. We have Manimarco here, the projection of Manimarco.
Looking for an amulet, perhaps?
Marco, how did you find this place?
Do you really think I'd allow you to escape the halls of torment if I couldn't track your every movement?
Sai, no! Manimarco, stop! You're killing him!
Where is the Amulet of Kings? My master, Molag Bal, demands it.
Your master, please. You would use the amulet to betray Molag Bal.
Fool! When I ascended, you could have been at my right hand, Tharn. Instead, you chose to align yourself with mongrels and imbeciles. Now, you'll die with them.
You won't get away with this. Do you really think you can betray a Daedric prince?
With the Amulet of Kings, all things are possible. Nations will tremble and bow before me. I will be a god!
The Amulet of Kings will never be yours. It is protected by a ward of the Divines!
You mean your ward of Stendar, god of merciful forbearance, patron of gutless, law-abiding dimwits? It won't even slow me down.
We address Sai Sahan.
Marco has been watching our every move. We led him right to the amulet.
We must reach the Amulet of Kings first.
Marco may be powerful enough to break through Stendar's ward eventually. If we can get to the shrines quickly and receive Stendar's blessing, we can pass through the ward, but leave it in place. He may not be able to follow for some time.
How do we get to the shrines?
We must make our way to the inner courtyard. From there we can access the chambers where the shrines are located.
Let's go.
Sai, are you well enough to continue?
Have no fear, Snow Lily. I am Redguard. We are like mountain bamboo. Far stronger and more flexible than we might appear.
I find it hilarious that...
Through that gate lies the Crypt of Heroes. We can enter if you wish, but it is a foul place where the dead are restless and angry.
We have a little area here,
Persistent, aren't you?
perfectly
You
suited for an
really think
ambush.
you can keep me from acquiring the
Amulet
amulet.
of Kings is under the protection of Stendar's ward. It will never be yours.
Ah, Sai. You still don't understand, do you? My plan will succeed because of your ward of Stendar. It will prevent Molag Bal from observing or interfering. By the time the ward is down and the amulet is mine, it will already be too late.
You're insane if you think you can betray the god of schemes.
Naive child. You know nothing. Chim El Adabal, the red diamond at the center of the Amulet of Kings, is the most powerful soul gem ever created. With the amulet in my possession, I will absorb Molag Bal's power, reducing him to an empty husk of ethereal flesh. Then I will trap his essence within the gem. In time, the name Molag Bal will be forgotten. In time, all of Tamriel will bow down before me. Soon, the god of schemes will have a new name. Manimarco.
We have to defeat Manimarco's minions here. I'll do one last fight here with the dual wield. After that I'm gonna try to switch around. It's gonna look awkward, but I should use these story things to train a multitude of these skills up so I can use them later in a practical setting.
As a god.
We have Sai Sahan coming up with a way to use the word mortal. We're gonna switch around the abilities now for a bit. We can now continue to the inner courtyard. We also have a portal in the event that we want to go and return to the outside world, which I remember as one of the most deceiving moments in the entire affair here. I suspect that about 50% of the users lulled to sleep by the main story quest chain just inadvertently ported out and had to come all the way back for no reason whatsoever. They apparently thought that these 5 minutes of story were so deep that we needed a separate exit.
I must rest before we continue.
Sai, are you alright? That bastard really hurt you, didn't he? I swear to gods, I'll take his head off.
We have to wait for Sai to catch his breath, pardon me.
I'll keep watch. If there's anything I can do, just name it.
An enchanting moment. I'll be over here bringing up my lunch.
We talked to Sai Sahan.
Set's tears. I thought I could handle this. Marco's sorcery brought back all of the pain and doubt I felt inside the halls of torment.
He said earlier that his body was entirely alright, but he's now suffering from emotional pain. As we entered this hall, he's suffering from emotional pain. Are you going to be alright?
I have pushed my body much further than this. It is my mind that pains me. Marco filled my head with shattered memories. They're like broken glass. With every beat of my heart, they stab into me.
Take a moment, catch your breath.
That voice, Marco's voice, it taunted me over and over in an endless cycle for years on end. He never broke my will, but he broke something.
Will you be able to make it through this, Sai?
I will make it through this, my friend. I did not endure years of torture in the halls of torment only to give up now. My pain has subsided. Let us make haste and finish this.
Where do we go from here?
We must consecrate the 2 shrines with Stendarr's blessing before the vault can be opened. The first shrine rests in the Dragon Guard tomb, where so many of my fallen comrades were interred. We must take care to respect their resting place.
Let's go. The way this quest is structured is effectively that you have about 3 hallways that you have to run across from one end to the other as they do their little cutscenes. Then you have a puzzle, and then you have a boss
Shrine is
fight.
on the far side of the room. Quickly, we must find our way across.
I've a surprise for you, Sai. Do you remember your fallen comrades from the Dragon Guard? I've taken the liberty of raising them, and they're quite anxious to see you.
Again, King of Worms defiles the memory of the honored dead. I have no wish to disturb.
We're now going to go through the awkward struggles of training up the bow. The bow, not the fastest way to kill, and it's going to make every fight effectively look weirder. So get ready for that. We have the 3 other companions here with seemingly, that's what we're after, boat 13, with seemingly endless health but quasi no and non-existent attack. Everybody outside of Lyris is effectively incapable of doing anything at all. So that's why you see them grind on a single skeleton for about 2 minutes. Apparently, I missed something here. Again, 3 hallways, 1 puzzle, and 1 boss fight. The puzzle is in the Grimrock style of let me make something up, and then it's up to the user to find out what it is. We have the Shrine of the Divines. At the very least, it's not flipping back to Watch Captain Estania. So that torch kind of serves as a... They call it the Shrine of the Divines, but it's really kind of a lever to open this door, is what it is. It's a terrible mole, a terrible jab at their previous creations, again, in the Elder Scrolls Oblivion and whatnot. Or Skyrim, because, of course, like, to call a simple lever for opening a door the Shrine of the Divines is to make fun of your own lore, effectively. If I could stop using the word effectively every 5 seconds, effectively.
The altar is on the far side, but to reach it, the drawbridge must be lowered.
Here we make something up, and you're supposed to figure out what it is. Can I, right now, complete this thing, or do I have to go down first? So what was this again? This absolutely marvelous thing where you have to, every moment you have to have one of these quote-unquote companions in your way.
You did it! The bridge is down!
We have here a second shrine to the divines.
Stendar,
really
God
are
of
starting
mercy,
to
charity,
annoy
and
me.
justice.
Kill them!
These consecrations, we beseech you to lower your wards and grant us safe passage into the Vault of Kings.
We've now gone back. They want us to go back. They want us to go back the way we came.
Dank corridors, crumbling walls, nauseating smells. This place has all the charm of a Riften brothel. It must feel very much like home to you, Titanfall.
You mean a crypt filled with the rotting corpses of inbred kings and failed statesmen? Must be what it's like at a Tharn family reunion.
It is much more pleasant in the summer months.
The absolute vileness of the general champion dialogue is every time again that I see it. It strikes me with amazement.
Your pathetic efforts will not succeed. The Amulet of Kings will be mine.
Swear by Stendar's grace and the sword of my father, you will not win, Marco.
Soon, you will know the extent of my power and bow before me. Through the power of the Amulet of Kings, I will be transformed. All the nations of Tamriel will bow before me. They will worship me and beg for my mercy. All will know the name of Manimarco as their one true god.
You'll never get away with it, Manimarco. We'll fight you to our last breath.
By all means, my old friends. Try and stop me.
And just to switch it up, we're gonna put in a Bone Colossus here as a development team. It's 3 hallways, you run down them, you get confused about what direction to go, we're out of quick slots. I didn't micromanage the quick slots. One single time I didn't micromanage the quick slots. We address Sai Sahan.
There it is. The door to the Vault of Kings.
What do I need to do?
The shrines have been consecrated in Stendarr's name. Now you must use the Ring of Stendarr's mercy to open the vault doors.
How?
Stand in the casting circle and direct the ring at the doors to lift the ward. The door should open wide.
I'm ready.
Look, the amulet. I can see it from here.
We have Mana Marco here.
You are nothing. I am Manimarco.
Keep Manimarco occupied. I'll close the portal.
Minions, arise! Obey me!
I will hold them at the portal. Focus on Manimarco.
The bow is necessary for our AoE damage build. I had hoped that it was possible to train it just by applying the AoE and then shifting to close combat. Most of this game revolves around close combat. The way squishies survive in dungeons is by having the mobs taunted off of them. This is not Call of Duty where you like outrange people or try to have them not hit you. All that just to say that because of all of those reasons, the bow is a very flawed weapon that you're not supposed to use in this way because all these snipe functions effectively are worthless
Is merely a transition.
because you're going to get hit anyway.
True immortality. Now witness my true power. Watch as I rise up from the grave and ascend to godhood.
Worm! You think you can betray the Lord of brutality and domination without consequence? You will pay for your arrogance. You will writhe in agony for the rest of eternity. Your tortured screams will echo throughout oblivion to serve as a warning to others.
We have the Amulet of Kings here.
Everything Manimarco did was designed to pit us against each other. We can't let that happen. Look what we can accomplish when we work together.
How uncharacteristically optimistic of you, Titanborn. I may have that embroidered on a pillow.
The Divines gave you a nose for a reason, Tharn. So you can keep your mouth shut and still keep breathing.
Well played, Titanborn. Well played.
We are finished here. It's time to go home.
We have Varen popping back up here.
It is done. The Amulet of Kings is ours once again.
And Manimarco is defeated.
Manimarco will pay dearly for the rest of eternity. One cannot out-scheme the god of schemes without paying a heavy price. I cannot imagine the torment that awaits him.
What do we do now?
Sai Sahan must rest, as must we all. We can sleep a little easier knowing the King of Worms has been defeated, but we cannot rest too long. Molag Bal is still a great threat, and the plane melt must be stopped, or this will all be for naught.
In my soul.
I've not forgotten, Vestige. It is another piece of the puzzle, and we shall address it in due time. But for now, let us rest and recover. As always, I will contact you soon. Walk in the light, Vestige.
We get seemingly some gear fit for roguish types. We address Varen Aquilarius in his kind of halfway old-fashioned robe with some kind of steampunk element to it. And these shoulder pads, or whatever it is. Varen Aquilarius seeming to refer Aquilare to the Latin of accepting, settling for, as far as I can tell.
Manimarco's demise spreads far and wide. Like worms, his followers burrow deep into the earth to escape the searing light of the coming dawn.
The one who settles? Why have you summoned me, Varen?
As ever, straight to the point. You've done the impossible. The King of Worms has been consumed by the wrath of Molag Bal. The power of his worm cult is broken forever.
But Molag Bal is still a threat, and I haven't found my soul.
That is the grim truth of the matter. But the Amulet of Kings is in our possession, and there is still much to do.
How can we be sure that Manimarco is truly gone?
In my sleep, I hear his tormented screams, and Molag Bal forces visions of his eternal torture into my mind. I can show you exactly what I see, if you wish it.
This game script has me jerking off to the idea of being a European, man. I don't know at what point they went off the beaten path with this American writing and just like this obsession with torture began. I know from people that they got lessons on the Dark Ages and whatnot, and that it was just entirely diverted purely to chopping off people's limbs and putting them on pikes and putting them on poles and having them rot outside of towns to show everybody what happens. And I just, why, what is the benefit to bringing up torture everywhere? What is the benefit to having torture as a cultural backdrop for everything, number one? And number two, what is the proportion of the amount of hits and keywords and search words on torture within the confines of this game and this game script, as opposed to, say, love, or say power, or say something like that? How many times do we have to bring up torture? There is no need, I'll take your word for it.
The greatest of the Sword Saints, Divad, tells us that destiny's a chain, forged one link at a time. Our chain is nearly complete. There is but one link remaining.
What is this link?
It is you, my friend. You are the link. I will not bore you with effusive praise, but state it plainly. You are a great warrior and a trusted friend. And we would like to extend you an offer.
What offer?
When Emperor Varen first brought the 5 companions together, he did so in the hope of creating a Tamriel where all men could live freely and safely beneath one banner.
Go on.
The 5 companions failed, betrayed from within by one of our own, the Worm King Manimarco. All that came after was the result of one man's treachery. Now 4 of the 5 are reunited to right that great wrong, but destiny requires a 5th.
What are you suggesting?
We want you to join us as our 5th member. You were the champion we should have had with us back then. Don't look so grave. This is largely symbolic, but please, humor an old soldier.
I'm honored to join you.
My lord, with your permission.
You needn't call me that anymore, Saizahan. We are equals now.
All those years ago, when we fought beneath our lord's banner to free the Empire from the Longhouse Emperors, we did so with a dream of freedom and peace in mind. Not just for the Empire, but for all of Tamriel. Together, we forged a fellowship stronger than any blade, only to see it shattered upon the rocks of deceit by one of our own. That fellowship is no more. Yet we 4 have assembled here, united by a single purpose. It is not vengeance that drives us, but truth and loyalty and justice. I, Sai Sahan, steward of the Abbey of Blades, call for the 5 companions to be reforged this day. By the light of Stendarr and the heart of Lorcan, may our blade of fellowship be forged anew. And may the vestige, our mutual friend and ally, become its tip, that we may thrust it straight into the heart of
And
a
it
dangerous
feels
prince.
good to hear it every time.
Sahan is right. You are the member that we should have had all those years ago.
It is as the scrolls foretold. The soulless one will become the brightest of 5 stars, and they shall guide us to the coming dawn.
Oh, please, you melodramatic sots. Fine, fine. If seeing one of your foolish prophecies come true will help to ensure the safety of the Empire, I'll play along.
We stand united once more. The 5 companions are reforged, and together we will strike down the god of schemes.
Come here, my friend. I've got a few things I want to say before you go. It's been a long road, hasn't it? My father used to say that if you avoid all of life's abrasions, you'll never be polished enough to shine. We must be pretty damn shiny by now.
He was a wise man, your father.
I've been thinking about our adventures and the hardships we've faced together. We're in the last leg of this journey,
Great job.
aren't we?
You're doing a great job.
When they don't want to
don't
see
regret
anyone,
it.
they just pretend
It
they're
occurs to me that
sleeping.
we haven't had much of a chance to talk as friends.
We may not get another chance. What did you want to talk about?
Where do you see yourself going after all of this is over? I mean, assuming we survive, get your soul back, and stop Molag Bal.
There's a whole world to explore.
Traveling is a humbling experience. You see firsthand what a small place you occupy in the world. Funny thing is, the farther you go, the harder it is to return. But when you do, if you do, you get to see the place you came from with new eyes.
What about you?
Me? I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to Skyrim and settle down. Squeeze out a few whelps. Maybe raise sheep or grow cabbages.
Are you serious?
What? No. Can you imagine it? Lyra's Titanborn, shepherd, farmer, housewife. I need to be out in the wind and wild. And if I ever find my life mate, he'll feel the same way. My turn. What's your one regret about all we've been through?
The deaths of so many people.
You never get used to it. My father, he'll die over and over again for the rest of my life. Grief doesn't go away. You just learn to live with it. But I can live my life with his daring and spirit and joy. That way he'll never die. Not really.
What about you?
Oh, lots of things. Friends lost. Missed opportunities. Failed endeavors. Maybe the best we can hope for is to end up with the right regrets. I do regret not taking the time to get to know the people I fought with. I hope to change that.
What else is on your mind?
One last thing.
Sure.
I knew I liked you. So, let's toast. To Molag Bal, that ugly skeever. May his privates be infected with brown rot fever. May our course be true and our hearts be brave, as we march into Cold Harbor to spit on his grave.
There we go again. Spit on his grave. I'll drink to that.
Let's not forget the struggles that got us to this point. We're almost home. We just have a bit further to fight.
Are you all insane? You do realize what we need to do, right? We have to fight a Daedric prince. Amulet or no, this is going to mean more death. Vestige, come here. I'll tell you what they're afraid to mention.
We now have Abner Tharn requesting dialogue with us.
Getting all chummy with Titanborn? I enjoy the company of clever, well-informed people. You really should try it sometime. So, you felled the great Manimarco. Well played. You've done the Empire a great service.
To which I immediately have to respond, that is not why I did it. Which, you know, if I was a decent person, that should be at least partially why I did it. Unless, of course, we're literally crossing the Rubicon at this point and just going full-blown over into, well, since the Empire stands for the Imperials, and since the Imperials are as white as Abner Tharn, therefore I should inherently not have saved them purely because they were white people. Which is an insane statement to put in your main story quest chain. But okay.
The farmer doesn't thank the cow when it voids itself on the field, but it still makes the crops grow taller.
Is that your way of thanking me?
I suppose it is. But that wasn't the reason for this heartwarming reunion. Varen and I have spoken at length since you recovered the amulet, and have determined our final course of action. Molag Bal remains a threat, and Tamriel is still in grave danger.
What did you have in mind?
First, the plane meld must be stopped. Even now, forces gather and plan an assault on Oblivion itself. You must join them.
What then?
Then, and only then, can you take the fight to Molag Bal himself, to restore protection to Nirn and reclaim your soul.
Is it even possible to defeat Molag Bal?
I know more about the Daedra than any man or mer alive. For good or ill, my family has always kept ties with the forces of Oblivion, and this much I know. One cannot kill a Daedric prince. But we have the Amulet of Kings.
I have recently seen a bunch of Tim Dillon stuff in the news. And actually, I forgot to mention that at some point last week I found out that completely inexplicably, apparently Molog and Baal are like real deities. Like in the actual world, they're like satanic torture-related deities. And apparently, if you put them together, like Moloch Baal, it means in the real world, actual world, sacrificing children, according to what I got from the Tim Dillon broadcast. So that's as we're doing all of this, it's an interesting piece of information to this lore, quote unquote, puzzle. That the literal name of the thing that they put in the game refers to sacrificing children.
With the amulet in our possession, we may be able to wound him severely, and in the process force him to relinquish every last soul he has stolen, including your own. This is where your condition works to your benefit.
How?
The ritual we performed with the Amulet of Kings caused the soul burst and damaged the veil between worlds. If the damage is to be repaired, I must attempt the ritual again, this time with you.
Won't that just cause another soul burst? We ask like a complete idiot.
Only if we use it here on Nern. But if we were to travel to Cold Harbor, we might be able to harness its power, imbue you with divine agency enough to challenge the Daedric Prince. But there is a price.
Well, that really shouldn't be the reason. The real reason should, of course, be that we, according to the story, don't have a soul, and so since we don't have a soul, you can't have a soul burst. That should have been the actual answer. There always is, I say.
Calling upon the power of the amulet in this manner will consume someone's soul, utterly. One cannot channel the power of the gods without paying such a price. Unfortunately, you don't have a soul to consume, and I am needed to perform the ritual.
Someone has to die.
More specifically, one of our 3 companions. I suspect that's why they're so nauseatingly over-appreciative and fawning.
No, the price is too high.
Of course it is. The fact of the matter stands, however. One of the 5 will need to give their life to fuel this attack, when the time comes.
So you said before the vestige arrived, and I've already thought it over. I'll do it.
Snow Lily, no. You should not need to give your life this way. This is my duty. Penance for my numerous failures. This is my chance to make things right.
The scroll said nothing of this moment, and so I am not bound to their dictates. Vestige, I ask that you let me do this one thing. All that has happened was because of my hubris. I shall be the one.
Sire, you've done enough. This was Manimarco's doing, not yours.
As the one who will fight the Daedric Prince, the Vestige should decide.
I don't see you leaping to volunteer, Tharn. Saving your own backside again.
Hard as it may be, Lyris, don't be an idiot. I'm the only one who knows the ritual, and we don't have time to teach anyone else.
That's enough. It won't be decided here and now. Vestige, come here. I have some final words for you. It appears we have come full circle, Vestige.
Does one of you truly have to die?
That millions of others may live, yes. Do not be troubled. Any one of us would gladly make such a sacrifice.
But first, the plane meld must be stopped.
As Tharn has said, there are already plans in motion to infiltrate Cold Harbor. You must be part of them. The chains that anchor us to oblivion draw us ever closer. They must be severed once and for all.
I'll find a way.
When the plane meld has been thwarted and the dust has settled, the 5 companions will gather one last time to face our destinies. God of schemes must be stopped, Vestige. That is the only thing that matters now.
We get more roguish stuff.
Good. I found you. Speak with me a moment, if you would. Greetings. I am Vanus Galerian, head of the Mages Guild. I have need of your assistance.
He reintroduces himself, which is of course foolish script writing because we've already met. My assistance.
Yes. It's high time Tamriel was free of Molongbal's grip. The Anchors, the Daedra, the Undead. They devastate our fragile mortal plane. I have a plan, and I need your help. I think you're the only one who can help me see this done.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to meet with Razumdar, first in the eyes of the Queen. He'll be at the Mages Guild in Skywatch. Even Iren's personal agents think my idea is sound. I'll be along shortly. I just have a few final preparations to make.
I'll see you there.
Traveler, a moment please.
They now drag us into this supremacist town. Hopefully not to brush us up against too much of that part of the storyline. Because the last thing I need is a moral lecture on modern day values right now.
Over here, Initiate.
One thing that struck me as I was putting these videos together is how difficult it is to make this look like a story. This is all the main story quest chain. It's very difficult for me to try to put this in a video that shows you like, hey, this is from 40 to 50% of the main story quest chain. Meaning from the point on of 4 out of 10 progress to 5 out of 10 progress.
Seems like just moments ago we were in Dune, yes? It is a good thing Raz is so quick on his feet. Wouldn't want you waiting on him, like we are waiting on the Guildmaster.
The Queen said something about Molag Bal.
Yes. Vanus Galerian of the requested your presence. He should be here soon.
What does Vanus want?
He begs your assistance with a hopeless task. He seeks to bring the Alliance leaders together for a meeting, one which they will all survive. This is insanity, of course, but the Queen tells Raz to give him whatever he needs.
I'll help if I can.
The Queen tells Raz that you speak with her authority, yes? This responsibility is a great one. Better you than Raz. You are aware of what will be involved?
This Raz individual is someone that they deliberately abbreviate the name of, which is already, difficult to understand for an outsider that this counts as an actual name. It feels definitely like this is part of a completely different universe. They slide this in, of course, for diversity reasons. They then make this guy incredibly powerful and incredibly important, which makes very little sense considering the fact that he's just an ordinary rogue and a kind of spy. There is not one sensible individual, if you were to undertake a significant doing like this in real life and you were on a real mission to change the world, for you to trust a random spy is one of the worst decisions that you could make. But here we are. I'm not. What needs to be done?
Certain communications must be made. dangerous communications. This will ensure the safety of all. This one may have to delegate. Yes, of course. Cariel will do that. Ah. Job for Cariel?
No way. Do it yourself.
What? Why?
Thrush is a homicidal maniac, and Copper Daria, let's just say I'm not her favorite person.
Why is Copper Daria displeased with Cariel?
I may have collapsed a building on top of her. Accidentally.
Ah, yes. This one forgot about that. Very well. Roz will take care of it. And he will send Copper Daria your warmest regards.
Apologies for my lateness.
Damn it, Raz. Not so close.
Those were perhaps the two best jokes in the entire game. We have here a treatise on the knot. A good whipping bind will hold for a spell, but when you need grip, turn your sloppers and hitches. Any sailor worth his salt knows better than to use a thumb knot on any strand of rigging. For the stoppers, their use is best left to punishment types. A good lash will take more than its share with a few of the buggers worked into it. Let no sailor question the words of a fellow with a 9 tails of his side, at his side. But the true gem of knots is the faithful hitch. It grabs and holds, but gives easily to a trained hand. Neither wind nor rain will cause it to falter. Learn it well, young sailor, for it will be your only steadfast companion on the treacherous sea. Perhaps the most insignificant piece of lore yet.
Thank you for coming so quickly, Champion. I've been consulting with Countess Hakruba of the Fighters Guild. Both of our guilds believe the time has come to take the fight to Cold Harbor. But this places us in a delicate political position.
What's the problem?
Trust, as always. The Alliance leaders will never agree to join forces, and if our guilds only work with one alliance, the other two will see it as a betrayal. For both guilds, our neutrality is our strength. We can't afford to take sides.
Is the situation really that dire?
The war in Cyrodiil has been long and bloody, and all three alliances are spread thinly. They can't commit resources to an assault on Cold Harbor without making themselves vulnerable. I want to bring all three leaders together, maybe cut a deal.
What is going on here is that the development team made the decision to introduce, or to make an extra attempt to introduce the factions here, 2 new players trying out the main story quest chain, and they're arguing, from what I can tell, hey, let's introduce this on the backbone of our main story quest chain. Let's try to let them know and get them excited for the Horde versus the Alliance, so to say. But the thing here is, of course, aside from the fact that you don't have the player base to sustain such a layered system, that your main story quest chain is already completely falling apart. So using that then to create something else, it's backwards. What do you need from me?
You're in a unique position. You can speak with authority, but you're not an Alliance leader. You're respected. You have a reputation. They may let you get a word in before they leap at each other's throats. In short, you're the perfect diplomat.
And just like the incredulous nature of the guy doing the voice work, like pointing to the irony in the whole thing. If I gave an 8-year-old a pen and paper, could he come up with a better narrative than this? You want me to speak with the Alliance leaders.
I found the perfect meeting place. A neutral location far from disputed territories, an island called Stirk. I can get you an audience with each leader and provide magical transportation. You just need to convince them to travel to Stirk.
And here we see again the Fighter Guild's quest chain terminus, or at least for now terminus. The same island we visited for the disappearance of the kidnapping of Vanis, who is now magically suddenly back, because timelines. And here we are, we have Vanis in this timeline, and we're going back to Stirk. Perhaps the most important or the most intriguing part of the entire main story quest chain is just the pure introduction of the raw leverage and the raw strength of the, or at least the perceived strength of the Alliance bosses, which at least has some kind of spectacle to it.
I think it's best that I travel with you and make introductions as a neutral party. That might make things easier.
This is where the Bjulsa River feeds the Lilac Bay. These are the Bretons.
I thank you for agreeing to this meeting. I would not presume to waste your time without good reason.
We've known each other for some time, Master Galerion. You aren't known for your capricious whims. Tell me though, who is your companion?
Your Majesty, this is Queen Iren's personal representative, here to speak with you about the impending Cold Harbor crisis.
So Queen Iren sends her personal champion into the stronghold of her greatest enemy. Either she has a lot of faith in you, or she's trying to get you killed. I'm intrigued. Come, let us speak.
Let us speak to our greatest enemy, supposedly.
Dibella's legs, but you are a bold one. Even the bards of Wayrest sing of your exploits. I must confess, I had hoped to meet you one day. We sharpen our blades on the same whetstone, if you take my meaning.
It's an honor, Your Majesty.
Tell me then, is it madness that drives you to barge in here like this? Or perhaps you're here to surrender on behalf of your people. If that's the case, I accept.
I've come to talk about Molag Bal.
That's a bit of a dreary subject, but I prefer that over some angry line like, "I've come here to kill you, Your Majesty." I'm glad you didn't say that. So you want to talk about everyone's favorite Daedric prince, then? What of him?
Molag Bal's influence grows. It's time we took the fight to his realm.
Ha! I'm sorry. I think I must have misheard you. For a moment, I thought you were saying you wanted to battle a Daedric prince. That would be especially funny if you wanted my help. So, what was it you really meant to say?
I propose all the alliances meet on the islands of Stirk to discuss an assault on Cold Harbor.
That would be utter madness. But I do like the thought of seeing that next to my name in the history books. All right. If Iren and Yoren agree to attend, I'll be there. If this is an assassination attempt, though, I'm taking you with me.
Tell Cariel that I hope to drop in for a visit very soon. From an upper story. She'll know what I mean.
So, you've been mingling with the enemy, have you, Daria? Just so you know, I already knew that.
Oh, I love to mingle, Your Majesty. I'm gonna mingle their heads right off their necks one of these days.
That went well, I think. Shall we move on?
Where to next?
To Mournhold, where Skald King Yoren is waiting for us. I'm given to understand that his palace is inaccessible at present. And for a variety of reasons, the Tribunal Temple is inappropriate. He's offered to meet us at the Guild Plaza, shall we?
Watch yourselves, outsiders. Give us a good reason and the armatures will cut you down where you stand.
We'll burn you.
And shatter you.
Any questions?
Honored Skald King, I am here as a personal champion of Queen
Master
Irene.
Galarian, please continue.
My companion hopes to speak with you about the impending Cold Harbor crisis.
I have heard tales of this one. The Skald King favors the bold, even among his enemies. Come, champion, let us speak. I will stay your execution since you came all this way. But choose your words carefully. I'm not a patient king.
Thank you for speaking with me, honored Skald King.
Yes, well, I am both suspicious and curious. If you are an assassin, though, get on with it. But remember this, you're coming to Sovngarde with me.
You don't fear death?
To fear death is to fear life. I am Nord. When my time comes, I will embrace it. Sovngarde will be glorious. No meetings, no schemes. But you're not here to talk philosophy. What do you want?
This is the only place where I would say about 80% of the player base will be made up by white guys. This is the only white guy that is normal, stereotypical male that is holding any kind of power at all. I forgot that it existed. Though for some bizarre reason they did brown up his skin for being a Nord. But this is one of a kind. It's time to take the offensive against Molag Bal.
Who? The three alliances? Has magical travel rattled your brain? Speak plainly. What do you ask of me?
I propose a moot. A moot? A meeting of all three alliance leaders on the island of Sturk.
Where the All Flags army was born. If the other leaders agree, I will attend. If nothing else, it should make a good story. Now leave me before my dinner gets cold.
We have Vanus Galerian.
I didn't think it possible. Well done! We must return and begin the preparations.
Let's go.
We have much to do. Come.
We address Vanus Galerian in the Mages Guild. Or apparently in the Fighters Guild, somehow.
All three leaders have agreed to join us on Sturk. Now comes the tricky part.
That wasn't the tricky part.
Individually, the leaders are rational, even reasonable. But get them together and... well, you'll see soon enough. Everything's been prepared. Are you ready to travel to the summit?
I'm ready.
Then, with your permission, I'll open the portal to Sturk. May Auriel's hand guide us all.
Open the portal.
The word has been given.
A moment, please. I'll wait for you on the other side.
Our representative, Captain Alfari, is in charge of security on Sturk. He assures us that all is well there, but keep your wits about you. Good luck.
We have Vanus Galerian.
Welcome to the island of Sturk. Representatives from all three alliances are gathering at the meeting place. It's just up ahead, through the ruins.
Have the alliance leaders arrived?
I'm told they'll be arriving at the meeting site by portal any moment. After all the bloodshed in Cyrodiil, I fear the leaders won't be quick to trust one another. Perhaps you can help them See the wisdom in cooperation.
I'll do my best.
I don't envy you the task. We've already assembled quite a team of experts for the Cold Harbor invasion itself. I'll try to introduce you to some of them on the way to the meeting. Lead on. 2 kings and a queen with barely a thimble of patience between them. Reaching a compromise will be no small task, I promise you.
We can talk to Watch Captain Estanya. Talk to the boatswain.
Look! It's Lady Laurent!
Where is Lady Laurent?
Wonderful! It's Tellinger. Here's Tellinger the Artificer himself. Must it always take a crisis to pull you away from your toys, Telly?
Vanus, your robes smell of failed experiments and your words of failed wit.
Tell me, Telly, what Dwemer rubbish pit did you crawl out of this week?
You really must learn to respect your betters, old friend.
Do let me know when one happens by, won't you? I don't have the time or the energy, Tellinger, so I'll bid you good day.
Because every champion... This is, by the way, the wisest man in the world. Vanus Galerian embodies, again, all wisdom in the world. He is the ultimate mage. And this is the behavior of the ultimate mage. Imagine seeing Sauron from the Lord of the Rings, and he's like quibbling like a little 5-year-old. Like a little 5-year-old on the playground.
High King Emmerich of the Daggerfall Covenant. Queen Irene of the Old Merry Dominion. Yoren Skald King of the Ebonheart Pact.
We must put aside our differences and work together, or this assault is doomed from the start.
How do we know this isn't a ruse? A clever plan to divert our forces while your armies take the Imperial City.
I thought backstabbing was your favorite tactic, Emmerich.
Please, are you both so arrogant? Your weapons are children's toys compared to the horrors that Molag Bal commands.
I will not wager the future of my people on the word of a snow barbarian and an adolescent female. I fear for Tamriel's future if either of you were to sit upon the Ruby Throne.
Since when do you care about your people? You never lift a finger except to count your gold.
Please, my lords, this bickering is pointless.
What a waste of time.
Obstinate fools, both of you.
What a mess. Apologies, Vanus, but I'm going to check on my Lion Guard.
We address Vanus Galerian, the wisest man in the world, a high elf.
This is going about as well as I expected, unfortunately.
How can we make them see reason?
Even if we can get them to stop bickering, they'll never agree to send troops to Cold Harbor. That would leave Cyrodiil unprotected.
The guilds can lead the attack, but only if all 3 leaders agree.
An interesting idea, but they need to stop bickering long enough to consider it. Why don't you visit each of them in their camps? See if you can reason with them individually.
We address Countess Hakruba, who has had absolutely no role in anything, but she has female body parts, so that makes her reliable and valuable.
Intractable fools. Their pride will see us all dead.
Is the Fighters Guild any different?
We've served as the first line of defense against Molag Bal's invaders, destroying his dark anchors all across Tamriel. They've succeeded in reducing their ranks and leveling half of Cyrodiil. What do you think?
Would the Fighters Guild be willing to invade Cold Harbor?
Willing and able. But, like the Mages Guild, we are constrained by a non-interference pact. The alliances will only tolerate our presence in their realms if we remain neutral. Unless all 3 alliance leaders consent to it, our hands are bound.
we have now the High King Emmerich with the flag of the lion, the Bretons leading the Daggerfall Covenant, and in all likelihood, we think of today, of course, Operation Roaring Lion from Israel. The Bretons, if we are to identify all the individual tribes and see where they got their IDs from, resemble the most of all the Jews. The one space and place where they could respect a white guy in armor.
This queen of yours is spirited, I'll give her that, but she has no right to force her will upon all of Tamriel.
I have a suggestion.
That's more than I'm getting from them. What do you suggest?
Send the guilds into Cold Harbor.
I don't doubt their commitment or their bravery, but they are few, and Molag Baal's followers are legion.
The guilds have considerable experience fighting Daedra. What a deep persuasion.
Arce's beard, you're a bold one. But you may be right. If you can convince the barbarian and the child queen to agree, I'll consider it.
None, of course, as sophisticated as the Jews. On here, Operation Roaring Lion. We address the guy who supposedly doesn't have manners. Now we're gonna get yelled at here. This is a guy talking to another powerful white guy. Which, yeah, I mean, I guess I should have gone north.
Save your breath. I will not be swayed by some Altman lapdog.
We need to cooperate.
But what about the war in Cyrodiil? If I commit troops to this invasion, the Pact will be vastly outnumbered there.
What if we send the guilds to Cold Harbor?
Wizards and mercenaries against the Daedric hordes. Without the Ebonheart Pact, they do not stand a chance.
Do you want history to remember you as the king who surrendered to Molag Bal?
How dare you? I should kill you where you stand. History will remember the Skull King as the bane of Molag Bal. I will support your foolish plan. Now get out of my sight!
Yeah, and you can clearly tell more than anything with the beautiful, stereotypical elfish woman, the actual normal white guy, and then the Jewish guy leading this entire thing. And why does this matter? Well, this is what controls the player PvP factions, right? And everything that's layered into that. So this is what the player is going to interact with on a personal basis, rather than something like Sai Sahan for the main story quest chain, which is just supposed to be lore. They have to actually interact with this, and these fanatics from Bethesda came to the conclusion like, hey, we cannot really push it this far. We can't go into the radical left-wing progressive mumbo-jumbo for our player personal faction because everybody will get disinterested. So we have to put here a hot babe, a stereotypical white guy, and a Jew, right? Because, of course, if they were to try something like stereotype everything after the pathetic Thar and little white boy, and then Sai Sahan, then, yeah, I mean, they would probably have lost all their player appeal immediately.
With our combined strength, we might have a chance, but our distrust runs too deep. I fear we'll never reach an accord.
And gets my personal approval, by the way. It's unbelievable. Like, imagine that. Imagine, like, making a female character that you would want to interact with. Imagine that. There is an alternative.
Is there? What did you have in mind?
We could send the guilds into Cold Harbor.
Perhaps. but we don't know enough about Cold Harbor to fully understand what they'd be up against.
If we can't trust the other alliances, what other options do we have?
An excellent point. Very well. If you can convince the other leaders, you have my support.
We address Vanus Galerian, the wisest man in the world.
Any luck? Or are they still at an impasse?
Any luck? Look. They're considering the idea, but they're not convinced.
I hope they come to their senses soon. We're going to lose the element of surprise.
They don't trust each other.
With very good reason. But the sooner they come to an agreement that... Does the air feel strange to you? That's odd. All of a sudden it feels like a storm is approaching.
A storm? Vanus, what's wrong?
I have an ill feeling about this.
He has arrived. I can't.
Chaldean, what's happening?
Go! Get away from me! Run!
These are the great leaders of Tamriel. Pathetic. But how convenient to have them gathered together in one place, so I can crush them like insects.
Molag Bal! Stay back, Countess!
The insects fight back! How amusing! And yet, so very sad. All of Nirn shall be mine.
Chaldean! Protect the...
You have your Ralorca? Ralorca? Apparently I forgot to close the other rift. We address Vanus Galerian, the wisest man in the world.
I thought we were safe here, hidden from the enemy. The god of schemes grows more powerful by the day.
Then we must act quickly.
Agreed. There's no time to waste. We must take the fight to him.
Can you open a portal to Cold Harbor?
Yes, at the Iliad Well at the center of the island.
Perhaps this attack will convince the leaders to cooperate.
After that terrible display of power, I don't think they have much choice. Honored leaders, you have seen the face of our enemy! Molag Bal threatens every living being in Tamriel. The Mages Guild and the Fighters Guild have agreed to join forces to launch an assault on Cold Harbor!
Trust in us. Sanction our actions. Give us your blessings. We will not let you down.
Vanos is right. The guilds are our best and only choice. Send them to Cold Harbor.
I hate to admit it, but I agree with Emmerich.
As do I. It appears that much of the distrust between our alliances was sown and nurtured by the god of schemes.
Molag Bal thrives on deception and chaos. But if you'll forgive me, this alliance war is of your own making.
Countess Akruba, gather the surviving members of both guilds in the Sturk interior. The champion and I will go there now to open the portal.
We'll be right behind you, Vanus.
The time has come, champion.
Let's go!
Stendarr, protect us all!
You have Vanus Galerian.
We're as ready as we shall ever be.
Is this everyone?
Unfortunately, yes. It's not the massive army we'd hoped for. But now that Molag Bal knows we're coming, a smaller group might be our only hope of slipping into Cold Harbor undetected.
Let's do it.
It's difficult to predict where you will emerge once you reach Cold Harbor. Be on your guard, my friend.
Hello, what's this?
Good, we made it all the way to Cold Harbor, guys. Thank you for putting up with my moodiness. I hope that we are putting some kind of significant story together here. I hope that the order in which we're doing it is constructive in a sense, and we'll see you in the next one.